Right, hello, sorry, muted. Had a little hiccup at the beginning, but we sorted. It's Thursday night. We are live, coming to you from Imola. Welcome to the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship. Also sponsored by RaceFace, Statement Watches, Resource Complete, and PWSR. And we are live with 22 minutes of qualifying left to go, this being the final round. Everybody is here, everyone's on the track, so let's quickly dispense with some of the formalities while we wait for the official times to come in. Overall standings, this is how we are with the dropped round, total points and championship points. So this is taking into account every driver's worst round that's been removed. Jordan Sherritt, 80k, up at the sharp end of the stick, 238, but not that far behind. 229, Luke Addison and Tariq Adam, 225 for GTWR, with Junior McCall holding up the 80k Academy side of things there in 4th place. And we were talking 7, 8 points, 9 points apart between these drivers in the top 4. Bit of a bigger drop back to Hybrid Academy's Daniel Rowe in 5th, as you can see, and Morgan McCall, the second driver for 80k Academy, down in 8th. So we should see still it's all to play for here tonight between 80k GTWR and some of the Hybrid Academy cars. Christian deploys there with the Kinetic Simworks Racing car as well. So let's see what happens. Team standings, here we go. Top of the rank, Hybrid Academy, as we can see. 80k Academy is there in 2nd place, and GTWR in 3rd place. It's going to be between those three, so we'll see how it plays out later on. Where are we? We're at Imola. We're at this legendary track. Probably most well known for the sad passing of Ayrton Senna, who passed away here at Tambarello curve. Couple of chicanes have been put in place to help slow the track down. Also the passing of Roland Ratzenberger at Villeneuve chicane. So some mega corners. Peritella up at the top of the hill, then down to Aquaman Orale. The top of the hill again, Variante Alta, and Ravazza 1, Ravazza 2. It's certainly a tricky track to put in quick lap times, but these guys are doing it. Right, that's it. Let's get on with the show. And let me just get my... Oh, that's better. Okay. So, Tariq Adam currently at the sharp end of the stick, a 141.499. Couple of hundredths ahead of Christian Deploy, who's doing super well in the big Bentley. Christian he's seriously arrived at the party this season, both here and in some other leagues for Kinetic Simworks Racing. And super quick. He's been the thorn amongst the roses, so to speak, and has certainly produced some awesome race results. So we'll see how this track plays out for him tonight. Daniel Rowe for Hybrid Academy, currently 3rd quickest, just leaving the pits in the McLaren. So he's got a lot to do tonight as well. Luke Addison, second driver of GTWR, Tariq Adams' teamie, and he's almost just over half a second back at the moment, sitting in 4th. And Ryan Otten's rounding out your top 5 in his Aston Martin, 7/10 back. Morgan McCall in 7th. Jordan Sherritt in 10th at the moment, so he's got a bit of work to do. And Junior McCall yet to come out the pits, down in 21st. He hasn't put a time up, as same goes for Johan Bego Krobler. So there we go. Also want to say good evening to everyone on the YouTube channel. Hello, sorry about the bumpy start. DDDZA is there. Rob, thanks buddy, got it going. And Ken saying the bot Jordan for pole. Well, let's see. Look at that. Look who's just popped into pole with a 141.4. It's that youngster, the little the leader of the Brat Pack, Junior McCall. Tariq Adam still in second, and now only what I'd say that's 500ths off that time, and Christian Deploy stays where he is. Junior McCall flying the flag high for ATK Academy. Ooh, nice avoiding action there through Aqua Minerale with the car off. Car still off. Seems to be a car stuck on the in Aqua Minerale. So I'm also messing around with a new camera remote system and timing system. Hopefully this gives me a little bit more accurate information. But what I can also do is I can pop things on and off the screen, like the track map. So if we need to see who we're looking at and where they are in comparison to other cars, I can do that quite quickly. We're watching Daniel Rowe down at the bottom as he's heading up the hill. Car number 43. And if there's any yellow flags anywhere, we'll see them. Also allows me to go into the car settings so we can see quickly what the current driver is doing, if he's up or down on his delta. Also big thanks to our primary sponsors, Custom Cut RT Solutions. Very thankful for them coming to the party and sponsoring the prize money for sim racing here at RaceFace. Also Statement Watches, Resource Complete and PWSR. So huge thanks to all of them. Right, Jordan Sherritt has decided to spoil the fun up at the sharp end of the stick. He is there. He is half a second there, in fact, over young Junior McCall. So a 140.5. It's currently Mercedes territory. Christian Deploy holding on to third with his Bentley, and Tariq and Daniel Rowe fourth and fifth now with the McLarens. Yo, Ken, if I could say anything, go and buy a lotto ticket, seeing that you predicted that one. I only have 23 drivers here, so what you see on that timing tower is what is currently here tonight. So numbers are definitely a little bit down as far as drivers go. First to fifth within a second, and first to 10th 1.5 seconds. Entire field currently 3 seconds for 23 cars. That's pretty good going. Gee, everyone I click on is in the pits. Mr. Barrington Smith buries in his Audi R8 GT3 as he goes over the top of the chicane, and he also backs out of his quick lap. So, just under 13 minutes to go. Let me have a look and see who's on a Delta, and Junior is on a Delta. So, he's just gone over the top of the hill. Heading down to Rabatza, and he's 2 tenths up at the moment, 1.5 to 2 tenths. which will bring him within 2/10 of Jordan Sherritt. He should be around plus 2/10 off that pace. He's losing a bit of time out that last corner, so he will improve, but not by much. There we go. Tariq Adam, he improves. Yes, he does. He goes from 5th to 3rd. So that was a big jump for Tariq Adam. See who else. Oh yes, Luke Addison, quick lap. Watch this, from 8th. Here we go. Oh, that must have been an off track somewhere, so that didn't count, but he was 6/10 quick on that lap, so he's going to have to do it all again. Must have run a little bit wide somewhere. At the moment, only Sherritt and Junior McCall are in the 40s. Sherritt at a 40.5, Junior at a 40.9. Everyone else 41.2 and higher. Okay. Luke slowly generating more positive delta on this lap. He's 1.5 tenths up on his lap time as he goes over the top there down towards Aqua Minerale. Currently 2/10 up at the moment, so 1.4. This will take him from 9th up to 7th, maybe 6th if he can improve. Still 2/10 up with 2 more corners to go. So we're just going to stick with him and just see how accurate this timing system is. Yeah, 1.5 tenths. It's dropping, but he's going to go up to 7th, 8th, 1.3 off the pace. So there we go. Okay, we're good. Hunting for deltas at the moment. I don't see anybody actually besides Christian Fenter, who's actually up only a couple of hundreds. And now he's just lost some time through those last 2 corners. Right, Johan Baker Krobler, here we go. He is 2.5 tenths up. He's 3/10 up, so halfway around the track, through the middle of Sector 2, coming down to Aqua Minerale, and he's carrying good pace on this lap, so we'll see where if he can get this to start-finish line. Once again, thanks to everybody on the YouTube for joining. It's grand having you here. And who thinks who is going to finish and where? And let's get some kind of polls going. Who's up for the win? Who's second? Who's third? Right, Jan Baker Krobler over the top now, heading down towards the last 2 corners. Batsa, and he is almost half a second up. So currently 1.5 seconds down on his lap time in 12th. This is going to put him into almost 5th if he can carry this pace. No, all of a sudden that just went out the window for some other reason. So let's just confirm that. Now he goes up to 12th. So he improved, but not by much. Ron Ottens, he's just started a lap. Jared's going quicker, but only by a couple of hundreds. Tiptoes his way through Aqua Minerale. what I discovered is a huge amount of pace if you're actually super smooth around here. You mustn't manhandle the car. Got to just be very cool over the curbs and just let it go with the flow. I managed to get a 42.2 with the big BMW last night, so would have put me somewhere around 18th or 19th with Mr. King. Here comes Jordan, and his delta's gone out the window. He's going to stay where he is, I think. 145.96. Yep. Junior McCall, it's not improving. Daniel Rowe's gone into the pits. Christopher Adloff as he comes over the top of the hill, and he is currently down. He just lost his delta through that chicane. Very tricky chicane going through there. Luke Addison now down into 9th place, so I'm sure Luke's probably carrying a bit of ballast somewhere, but he's not as quick as he should be. Maybe Ken can inform us. Ken, last, there will be a huge accident. Nothing to lose for a lot of guys. Let's hope it doesn't upset. Yep, sounds about right. What we need here, we need Junior to get the jump on Sherritt at the start. We need Junior to get into the first chicane in front of Jordan and cause him to get caught up in traffic. That'll be a good start to this race. So, unfortunately, Luke dropping time there. Yeah, is Mr. DeVette trying to get through traffic at the moment. He's just started a lap, but everybody starts the lap. They're currently up on their deltas. Junior, as far as I understand, is 13. Yeah, I was right. Nothing wrong with that for the Brat Pack, hey? It's actually super depressing if you think about it. For us, not for Junior. I mean, taking into account it's a 13-year-old kid and he's dishing out hidings to a number of teenagers and grown-up adults. It's that's the depressing side. But bodes well for the sport and for Junior, that's for sure. Should be seriously going places. And Rob, need I say that? He kind of outshines Morgan on a frequent, regular basis. So I hope Big Brother behind closed doors doesn't like torture him, makes him treats him like a skivvy. But it's brothers. All right, we're down to 4 minutes. Age of Empires. Yeah, I'm not into anything else actually. This is all I've got. I do the live streaming and I race AC and ACC. I did see that cart. Let's look on the track map. Is there a yellow flag there? There isn't. So whoever was there now hopefully is disconnected. But there was a cart off to the side of Aquaman. Right, Morgan's listening to this discussion. He's slowly picked up his pace and he's currently just up on this lap by a few. Still only just up, and there it goes to 0, so now he's going into plus figures as he comes down. Final 2 corners. Is he going to carry some momentum through here? Not really. Oh yes, he is. He picked it up through the last one, so and now it's dropping off. He must have hit some sand there, and he's flat dead on his delta now. 141.7 again, identical almost to the previous lap. So nothing for Morgan. Christian Deploy slightly up. Oh, he's just started a lap. Okay, so let's have another look at this. Standings. Jordan Sherritt 238, Luke 229. So that's 9 points difference. Tariq 225, that's 4 points difference. And Junior 217, that's 7 points. So few points in between these four. If Junior stays where he is, he's going to be on the front row of the grid, and that'll certainly help him in his battle to try and get into the top three. But more so, we need him to try and beat Jordan through the first couple of corners. So I'm not even going to risk calling it. Morgan's carrying 30 kilos. There we go. Now we know some details. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate it. So Morgan's carrying weight. That's why he's a little bit off, but he's not that far off. 1.2 seconds at the moment. Right, 1 minute left. Tariq Adams up. Tariq Adam is luck. Wow, he was up. He just threw it away through that Aquaman the exit coming up the hill. That is such a tricky corner. Gonna go to the helmet view. And I'll put on the HUD so you can see his delta at the top. He's right there. He's on it at the moment. Is it going green? No, it's not. He was 4 tenths into Aquaman, so he had a huge run on the first sector. We shall see. Overall lap times, there we go. Ugh, a little bit covered up because of the sign, sorry. Share it. Right, qualifying's done. Flags out. So anybody that's out now on a lap, it'll count. That includes Jordan. He's currently 1.5 tenths up. He's gone through the Villeneuve chicane round the hairpin. He's coming up the hill now. And he hit the grass there, which is he scrubbed off some speed. So that's dropping at the moment. Junior, he's called it quits as he goes through the Villeneuve chicane, so that's him dusted and finished second place overall. Oh, I tell you what, Jordan's going faster. He's heading for he's 1/10 quicker. Gosh, he's got a good line through that top chicane. Awesome. Ken also confirming Luke's carrying 30 kilos. That's why we see Luke down in 11th at the moment. Jordan round the final corner, misses the sand, and he is up by 0.05. So he's going to go a 140.55. There we go. Done. Everyone in the pits. That's it. Everyone's in the pits. I'm going to take us for a quick video, and I'll be back shortly. Right, I'm back with you. So Ken confirming Luke also carrying 30 kilos. So, yeah, second position in this championship, 100%. It's between Luke, Tarek, and Junior. But if one of these guys can disturb Jordan on his start, that's what we're going to be looking for. Just on 2 minutes to go. Good looking field of cars. Very nice looking liveries. Very professional. And here we go, we sub a minute. You're watching the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship, the final round this evening. This is it's all to play for. First, second, third, and fourth essentially separated more or less by about 25 points. So, super close. There's the view from Daniel de Villiers. Down in 23rd, only 23 cars on the track. He's looking ahead at Ryan Berry's Audi R8. Just to the right, there's Sean Skitter's Ferrari, the yellow and black car. So, a lot of cars up ahead of him. Mr. King in the Aston Martin. Luke Addison. Morgan McCall. It's a great view. That is an awesome view of them coming down the straight towards the Villeneuve chicane. Morgan repping the ATK Academy with his younger brother, Jups Jr. Hey Paul, how's it buddy? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for popping in, man. And Daniela there shouting for GTWR. Oh, let me turn that off. I don't want WhatsApps coming over the live feed. And yep, Team GTWR in 10th and in 4th. Tarek looking to see a better evening this evening after two pretty disastrous rounds. He hasn't been happy in that car, but let's see how he fares here. He seems to be a lot more comfortable. All of these guys were involved in the 4-hour endurance over the weekend. It was Mount Panorama, and what an awesome race that was. So the Steady State Endurance Series, we've had 2 rounds of that already, and it's been some awesome racing. Right, Mr. Sherritt, here we go. We've got full ATK team leading ATK Academy. And right there's Daniel Rowe in the McLaren for Hybrid Academy. Hey Llewellyn, welcome buddy. Thanks for joining. Now, if anything, Junior has a chance because he's going to be on the rubberized side of the track heading down to T1. So he's going to be on the racing line. Jordan's going to be on the dirty side of the track. So let's see. I'm going to run this from the helicam and from Junior's car for the first couple of corners. So hold thumbs. Let's see how we go. Jordan hanging left. You can see he's right across there on the left hand side. Behind him it's Daniel Rowe. To the right is Junior, and behind him it's Tariq in the McLaren. Daniel Rowe's quite a ways back actually. Right, get ready. Junior. Go! There we go. Go! Junior goes into defense mode straight away. Tries to get a little bit of draft off the back of Jordan. Everyone concertinaing but holding their positions. Oh, look at that. Hybrid Academy almost went around the outside there of GTWR. But through the first chicane. And it's done. It's Jordan out from Junior, from Daniel Rowe, from, I beg your pardon, from Tariq Adam, and then Daniel Rowe as the timing screen goes berserk. Through the hairpin, up the hill, and Tariq's got a huge drive on Junior. Junior going to have to run up the middle of the track. Is he going to defend? He isn't. He stays there. Tariq decides to bide his time, and they go over the top of Piratella. Now we go down to Aqua Minerale. Jordan legging it already. Oh, hard on the brakes. Careful there, careful. Tricky chicane through here. Can also get the car to bounce all over the place. They all seem to actually, this is Division 1, they're all a bunch of pros. Look at them go through there. Jordan, first lap, and he's 1.2 seconds out and going already. Alright, so let's watch the dust for second. Daniel Rowe not too far back behind Tariq, and look, Christian deploying the big Bentley. He's here. These guys have broken out. Bega Krobler having a moment here, and he's gone past Christian deploy. So good pass for you, Johan Bega Krobler. Passes the Lexus there of no, it's Radloff. Very close as they come into the Villeneuve chicane. He runs a little bit deep. Radloff coming up the side of him. Let's watch them. They're side by side, and they're just behind them as well is Morgan McCall trying to come through. Morgan's literally trying to push Bago. Now he can't decide which way to go. Bago's still not in the right place, and he's going to compromise his line through the top of Piratella. And just behind Morgan, there's Luke Addison. So Luke Addison is just climbing up positions here. Up to 9th. So it's all going on back here. I'm going to leave it here for now because the front guys are all in single file. Further back, we've got a Bentley trying to attack Luke Addison. That's Christian Venter. But here comes Morgan McCall, tracking the back of Johan Bega Krobler's McLaren as they come down towards oh, look at that Bentley. Fenter, oh, he ran too hot. 3 abreast. Oh my word, boys. Let's just take a breath, focus a little. Luke Addison ran far too hot into down the hill, and Christian Fenter, he had a huge run on him, but now we have, who is this? It's Sean Stradham who's just gone past. Jeez, it's all happening here. Ryan Otten's also wanting to get through, so Luke Addison struggling with the extra weight. The GTWR driver struggling, and Ken is just... I know, Ken, I've changed focus. We're on another car. Bentley's there. Luke's coming through the inside. He's trying to hang on. On his outside is Ryan Otten's. Ugh, these guys are just chopping and changing everywhere. Good racing, though. Awesome racing. No contact. Looks brilliant. Sean Stradham's got a gap. Managed to get past Luke and he's legging it. Oh. Janse van Rensburg's got a stop go 30 already. I think he, I don't know what they possibly pits, but it doesn't say he was in the pits, so not too sure. Right, back up to the front end. Sherritt leading from McCall with Tariq Adam there, right there. Then a bit of a gap to Daniel Rowe with Christian Deploy following him. That's your top 5. Good racing. Good racing. Let's go back a bit. Jan Bagger Krobler, Morgan McCall, everything's good here. Back a little bit more, Sean Stradham, and then Luke managing to get a little bit of a gap. So now Ryan Ottens is under pressure. He's got Fenter right behind him in the purple Bentley. And Fenter's looking. How good are the brakes on that Bentley? All solid. Oh, someone's in the sand here. I heard that. There's a car in the sand at that chicane. It was Ryan Barrington. Sorry, buddy. But Janse van Rensburg, he's struggling and he's in the pits. So, also with the stop go 30. Sherritt up and running, and that gap already 4 seconds. Tariq Adam pushing young Junior McCall. Catch up, cameraman. There we go. Second, third, fourth, fifth in one frame, as you see it there. Sean Skitter. What's going on here? Come on. Through the chicane. And Sean Skitter very close with Wusthuizen. So good dice all the way up and down the field. Morgan McCall. Oh, Morgan McCall is in the engine bay of Johan Bagger Krobler. Johan trying to go down the middle of the road, trying to defend. Morgan is next to him. Johan's got the line through. Morgan should have a better drive here, but McLaren handling well. Through the Villeneuve chicane again and towards the hairpin. Morgan can't get any closer than he was, and that was super close. Delta's 300ths apart, if not less at the moment. It's going up to deploy on Rowe, just as close as they go over the top of Piratella, down to Aqua Minerale. Deploy pushing this. Ooh, Mr. Rowe had a problem there, and he's had to lift a little bit. That's going to give, yes, I saw that happen. Here we go through the chicane, and he falls back in line. Oh, and he also gets a tank slapper. Here comes Mr. Deploy's chance. He's up the inside, and he's going to have the apex down at the bottom of the hill. So this is 4th, 4th, and 5th, and Christian Deploy goes past. Daniel Rowe, he got very out of sorts through that chicane up at the top of the hill. And I'll have a look at that replay. You'll see through Aqua Minerale. There they come down the hill, and watch carefully. You'll see Rose McLaren get a little bit squarely right here. Runs too wide, misses the apex, and that gives Deploy the drive. Almost goes into the back of the the McLaren, but good stuff. So there we go, position change. Now it looks like Deploy's been set free. He's already putting a bit of daylight between him and Rowe. We'll see if he can close in on the back of Tariq Adam, who is most definitely having a better race here tonight. In third, and just needs to keep his focus on. Morgan McCall still pushing as hard as he can, and Bega Krobler just absorbing that pressure. Going to a helmet cam here as we watch Morgan McCall, and he's going to be eyeing Johan Bega Krobler's lines through all these corners and trying to see where he's maybe weak, where he's slow. Morgan getting a good drive out of Aquaminerale up the hill, and then this very tricky chicane over these monster sausage curbs. Hard braking, flick left, flick right, ride that curb. Oh, here we go. Gee whiz, talk about being in the right place at the right time. Good overtake done there, and we will be going to that replay even though it's in car. Yeah, they come up the hill and you can see up ahead Johan Bega Krobler just gets a little bit sideways through the second part of the chicane. Right there, car bounces badly, and that gets Morgan McCall right up the inside, and good pass. Well done. So Morgan up into 7th. There's a bit of positive commentator's curse happening there for Morgan. And see where the... Oh, C. Fenter. Look at this. C. Fenter in the big Bentley on the back of Ryan Ottens. Super close. 2/10. And just behind them, De Wet and Gerber. So let's just keep our eyes peeled on all the deltas. Van Wyk down in 22nd on the back of Ryan Barrington's Audi. Sean Stradham coming along strong and closing in on the back of Johan Bega Krobler. So very shortly he's going to have to be running defensive again. Morgan McCall half a second away and putting more daylight in between himself and Johan. Oh, and in the background, position change there. This is Ottens and Fent in the Bentley. They were next to each other as they came around the final corner. Sean Stradham. Oh, look at that. Johan Bega Krobler's losing it. He catches it, but there was a bit of pressure and we didn't really get to see if there was any contact there or not, but I just saw the delta with Sean Stradham super close, and when we switched it, it had happened. Ryan Ottens now arriving on the scene with Fenter in close proximity and Gerber. So Ryan Otten's going to want to try and make a move here, and Krobler trying to probably deal with some little bit of overheating on his tires from that slide. If we go into Otten's helmet view, or in fact bonnet view, McLaren looks perfect on the nose, so I'm going to say there was no contact. I think Johan just outbraked himself into the Villeneuve chicane, and that is what allowed Sean Stradham to go past. See also Luke Addison there, so maybe Luke Addison also had a problem. Sean, I think, has gone past 2 cars actually. Sure, it's all going on, yeah? Coming up to 1 hour and 5 minutes left. You're watching the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship. It's the final round here tonight from Imola, and it's all to play for essentially first, second, third and fourth. However, Sherritt is up the road by the best part of 7 seconds, so it's pretty much going to be between McCall and Tariq Adam, and it looks like Luke Addison's having a problem down in 9th, so this is the decision's going to be if Junior can stay here, who's currently in 4th. Let's have another look at it. Overall standings, Junior's in 4th, Luke is in trouble in 2nd place, now currently in 9th on the track, and Tariq Adam doing well in 3rd and 3rd overall, so this is going to benefit Junior McCall if he can stay in 2nd. Some equations to be worked out, gents and ladies. Cars rattle over the top of that chicane now. Cars are getting a little bit spread out. Ryan Barrington on a little bit of a drive back. He must have had a problem somewhere, or he's just really struggling with it. Oh, he is. Audi doesn't like the curbs here at all. Morgan McCall, 2nd place. Tariq Adam, 1.1 seconds back in 3rd place. And Christian Deploy closing in on Tariq Adam, also 1.1 seconds back in 4th place after getting the pass done on Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe down in 5th for Hybrid Academy in the McLaren. And 6th place, Christopher Radloff in the Lexus. He definitely shuffles this Lexus around quite efficiently. 7th, Mr. Morgan McCall. 8th, Sean Stradham, 1.4 seconds back. 3 seconds further back, Luke Addison. And rounding out your top 10, Johan Bega Grobler, who's kind of settled down and trying to do his thing again. It's your top 10. Ryan Ottens, however, is sweating, as is Mr. Fenter in the purple Bentley. He's trying to attack Ottens and he's being attacked by Gerber. So the Bentley sandwich here between the two Astons. Over the start finish line, and they are on lap 10. But we're still open for the next 58 minutes, so we're still going to see pit stop strategies. Westhuizen is done and dusted already. He did have no, he didn't. That was Janse van Rensburg actually who had a stop go 30, and that wasn't, yeah, so that wasn't a pit stop. So Westhuizen going to be coming up from 22nd. However, I think that was a little bit premature, possibly. So we'll have to see how everybody else deals with their strategies and when they're going to pit. Christian Deploy is certainly closing in on Tariq Adam. The gap now sub a second. Last lap times, pretty much. Sherritt of 42.1, Junior 42.1, so doing the same pace as Jordan. Tariq of 42.5, Christian Deploy of 42.3, so he's closing in on Tariq Adam. Cobber, Fenton, Ottens, this three-way dice currently the closest on track, with Fenton definitely wanting to get by the Aston Martin of Ryan Ottens, the black and green car. Mr. King not too far back for Kinetic Simworks, looking at the back of Mr. Hall's McLaren. This gap's also within a second. And Hannes van Beek here in the Aston Martin attacking Daniel de Villiers' Porsche. Runs a little wide there. Yo, Christian de Bois is getting closer. Let's go back here. So close, in fact, he's next to him. Christian going to have the inside, the apex for the second last corner. And that pass is done and dusted. Christian bumps up into third place. Nothing Tariq could really do there, so Christian de Ploy showing huge pace with the Bentley. Bentley clearly manages to ride the curbs very well, and there are a bunch of curbs on this track. So unsure about off-track excursions and driver warnings. So it's also a thing to keep in mind besides having the pit stops. Very easy on this track to get those. I'm going to change camera to the driving HUD. I'm not going to see too much here. I mean, there he looks a little wide over the top of the hill there, so not too sure. Maybe if he might have got an off track there. Tariq trying to hang on to the back of the Bentley. It just seems to have a much better setup, better grip. So onwards he pushes and he starts to extend the gap. Right, Sherritt up the road, but Junior McCall hanging tough. 9.5 seconds back. I think Jordan's now managing the gap. So he won't grow it anymore. He's just going to keep it pretty static, I'd say. Christian de Ploy in third place, 2.8 seconds off the back of Junior. There he is, and you can see already putting almost a second between himself and Tariq Adam. Van Beek on the back of de Villiers' Porsche still, and here comes they passed Skitter, so we missed that. I'm sorry, I wanted to catch that. So Skitter lost 2 positions there in the Ferrari. He must have run wide through one of the last 2 corners. Van Beek setting it up the outside of the Porsche having to run defensive through the first chicane. What kind of a driver's Van Beek got? A good one. They're heading down to Villeneuve chicane. Porsche having to run defensive. Through they come. And now Skitter closing up again on the back of them. So this is a good little dice, even though it's for 18th, 19th, 20th. Everywhere there's a dice, it's worthwhile watching. But I will keep my eyes peeled on the deltas. Aston Martin gets a good drive over the top of the hill there. Clearly drives the chicane, the curbs a lot better than the Porsche. Vatsa, the double left-hander, the second last and last corners. It's a tricky set of corners. And now coming into Tambarello, and the Aston going around the outside, or looking around the outside, cuts in. The Porsche has to take an evasive line through Tambarello out the other end, and sure, super pressure going on here. Now into the Villeneuve chicane. Oh, Porsche runs through there a little bit sideways. Down to Tosa, this hairpin. And Van Wyk now has to watch his mirrors as well as the back of the Porsche because Skitter's there. Oh, he's almost pushing the Porsche up the hill. Up over the top of Piratella, and the Ferrari's there. Skitter's looking as well. Everyone's in attack mode. Nice line down through Aqua Minerale. Now up we go. This is Variante Alta. Oh, that Porsche's wide there. Oh, here we go. The Aston's up the inside. The Porsche tried to close the door, but the Aston was next to him, and he's managed to get up the inside. So down towards Ravazza 1. Porsche brakes later. Interesting. Oh, around the outside, the Porsche holds on. It's amazing. So De Villiers doing very well through Ravazza 1, and then obviously Ravazza 2. Great stuff to see here. Good, clean racing. All the drivers giving each other... Oh dear, I think the Porsche hammered the side of the pit wall there. And you try and cut that little kink going over the start-finish line, and you accidentally drive into the pit wall and give yourself 10 seconds of damage. I speak from experience. Right, here we go. McCall. Gap is 2.8 seconds back to Christian Deploy, with Tarek hanging tough 1 second further back. That's your second, third and fourth place positions. Daniel Rowe dropping off the back of them now, 4.7 seconds. Morgan McCall here in 7th place, and he is 3 seconds off the back of Radloff. I'm just working out what, yeah. And Sean Stratham, there is. So Sean Stratham just behind him, 1.5 seconds back. With Luke Addison also hanging tough, carrying the 30 kilograms of ballast. And Johan Berger Krobler rounding out your top 10. Paul Gerber, I'm going to go back here. So Paul Gerber now driving at Ryan Ottens. It's Aston versus Aston. Mr. Fenter in the Bentley did manage to get past and has driven away from these two. Pitters in 17th place, looking at the back of Hall. Oh my word, we missed this. Sean Skitter's past them. So Sean Skitt in the Ferrari has gone past De Villiers and Van Wyk by a huge amount. Where are they? Okay, no they haven't. He's just fallen off the back. Sorry, I saw that the wrong way around. So De Villiers got a huge gap already to Van Wyk. And Skitter even a bigger gap further backwards. So he must have had a massive problem somewhere. Radloff on the back of Daniel Rowe now. This was a second. It's a lot closer now. Christopher Radloff gets a great drive out of Ravazza 2 onto the start-finish line. He's in the slipstream of Daniel Rowe. Like seriously right there. And Daniel Rowe runs defensive. He goes up the inside. Christopher Radloff going next to the pit lane. Pit exit and round the outside into Tambarello. Oh, that didn't help the McLaren. It got a terrible run through there, and I think Redloff's going to have a run on him. Let's go to the helicam here. Into Villeneuve chicane, and he decides to back out of it. The McLaren seriously struggled through Tambarello. Into Tosa. Here we go. Good drive out of there, up the hill. YouTube chat's very quiet right now, but hope you're enjoying the coverage and the racing, even though it's on various people. Unfortunately, yeah, Sherritt's up the road. He's 12 seconds gone. Oh, look at that. The McLaren super wide through Aquamanarale. So Daniel Rose possibly had to lift, or he's got a warning there. And now Christopher Adloff over the top goes super wide, possibly also going off track. And Morgan McCall's not too far back there in 7th. That gap now only 2.3 seconds. It was north of 3 seconds just now. So Morgan closing in on these guys while they're busy dicing with each other. Let's see who blinks first in pits. We're at 49 minutes. I'm expecting the pit lane to light up in the next 4 minutes. Radloff closing in. Got huge top speed down the straight. Gets right up to the back of the McLaren and forcing Daniel Rowe to watch his mirrors. Cabba's in the pits. Here we go. The first man to blink from 14th place. He's decided to vet either holding him up or he's in traffic. He's going to bail out, and so he pits. He's going to try and do an undercut on the vet and the other guys who were around him, Ryan Ottens, etc. Radloff working this Lexus and watching up ahead to see where Daniel Rowe makes a mistake. Very quick up through Aquamanarale, up the hill now. And over these chicanes, he's much quicker than the McLaren. It's a good drive here. Here we go again. And Daniel Rowe having to run defensive. He goes up the inside. Christopher going down the outside now as they head towards Rabatza 1. Into the braking point. McLaren's going to struggle through here now. Christopher tries to undercut and gets a huge slide. Rabatza 2 and decides next lap. Either that or he's going to pit shortly. Awesome racing to watch. Morgan now 1.9. Radloff going up the side again. Morgan definitely closing in. And Christopher Radloff definitely the quicker car, but just can't find his way past. Daniel Rowe makes one mistake, it's going to be done. They appear up over the hill onto the tabletop. Through Piratella now. And then this tricky little right-hander. Aquamanarale, a little river running next to the racetrack. Mineral water, as it's known. Sure, Christopher Radloff took a severe line through that chicane. He's actually dropped off a bit, and Morgan is coming. Morgan now 1.6 behind. So Morgan closing in on this lot, and I think Christopher Radloff's going to start watching his mirrors quite intensely. Mercedes-Benz, the ATK Arena Mercedes is arriving. Pits? No. Anyone? No. Yes, Van Beek and Brian Barrington Smith down in 2021st. They're in. Oh, Tariq Adam, what's going on here? He's managed to get a huge drive on Mr. Deploy. So Christian Deploy had a problem somewhere. A big problem. This gap was 1.5 seconds. So, or it could have been, no, it hasn't been traffic. Although they are in amongst traffic. As we see up ahead, Junior McCall has gone past. There's Fenton King. So 13th and 14th into the pits. Here we go. We're in pit window now. Pretty much anyone running a 50-50 strat. This is it. And Ken saying, Radloff, good racing. I agree, man. Those guys are... Oh, look at that. That Bentley had a very bad line through there, Aqua Minerale, and we'll see if Tariq is able to capitalize. He does get close as they come up to the top of the hill. I'll tell you what, watching that McLaren go over those chicanes, the car seems to be a lot better set up than it's been at the other racetracks. So I think Tariq's had some decent input from somebody to help get the car set up properly, and it's actually handling a lot better. And back again, Radloff. Oh, right here. Got to give Rowe credit where it's due. He has been defending for 10 minutes, if not more. Still nobody peels off into the pits yet. See Cabot just coming out the pits back there. So him and Fenter pitted, so we'll have to see. Oh, here we go. Christopher Radloff again, super close. It's huge drive coming out of Tosa, and he's right under the wing again. He's going to flick it out here for sure. No, he's not. He lifts. He lifts and follows, and Daniel Rowe goes through Piratella, line inch perfect, down to Aqua Minerale now. Oh, Radloff gets a good drive out there. Every corner looks like a good drive. Oh, hard on the brakes, both of them. Oh, the Lexus very sideways, and although even saying that, also gets a good drive. And now look, Rowe goes defensive up the inside again, and so Radloff is going down the outside as they come down to Ravazza 1, and Morgan's arriving. Oh, and there's a little bit of a punt there. Nothing too serious. Everyone's in a straight line, so good stuff. And there's Morgan. Anyone in the pits? Morgan goes, as is Tariq Adam. So here we go. People are in. Tariq Adam comes in from 3rd. Morgan comes in from 7th. So good racing there. A little bit of a gentle tap, but the McLaren managed to stay in a straight line. So no harm done, but Rowe definitely knows. If he can't see him in the mirrors, he felt him there. Luke Addison in. DeVette in. Here we go. Everyone's going to be peeling in the next 2 or 3 laps now. So we'll see who does some undercuts. Tariq Adam came in early. He was a couple of seconds off deploy. Just sticking with this race because it's actually a really good race to watch. And the Lexus is sideways as it comes into Aqua Minerale. Super Wind Diesel style. Up the hill we go. And this is where he gets a good drive through here. Daniel Rowe gets a bit of a bad bounce, and sometimes it flicks the McLaren. But they both come out of there good. Daniel Rowe's happy. He's still running slightly defensive. Hard on the brakes. Right. Either of these guys going to peel in. Yes. Both of them. Whoa. Hard on the brakes. All of them. Here they come. 1, 2, 3 cars. Deploy. Rowe and Radloff and Stratham. And Bega Krobler. The pits light up. Junior McCall's out. He has put a lap on some drivers. I think that's Cab or DeVette, I'm not sure. But heading up the hill. So Sherritt on 23 laps. And I believe the gap is now 27.5 seconds. De Villiers in the Porsche, he speeds out of pit lane probably, so he's caught himself a stop-go 32nd. Where is Jordan? Here he is. Is he coming in? He does. Right behind Skitter's Ferrari. How's Junior doing? Junior comes through Ravazza. Ravazza 2. Is he going to peel in? He is. So Junior's following Jordan. So let's see. Junior's in. We need to see where Tariq Adam is. Tariq Adam, car number 119. I'm going to put the track map up and we'll see where the track map is. There we go. (119). There you can see it. He's just going over Piratella and now heading down the hill towards Aqua Minerale. So that's Tariq Adam. Tariq Adam was the closest to Junior. So literally he's a half a track away, or the equivalent of half a track. Now running up the hill and going towards Variante Alta. It's car 119, kind of at the top of the Mercedes roof line. There we can see it. As we see... Wow, Junior McCall's rolling already. So Tariq Adams are far ways back. I'm not too sure. Yeah, he is. So he's going through Ravazza 1, Ravazza 2, and Junior's almost out the pit lane already. Yeah, it's still going to be close. Here they come. He exits pit lane. So let's go and see. Here he is, through the back of that chicane. So, not too far back. And in fact, Christian Deploy is in third place, just ahead of him. So Christian Deploy, and there's another stop-go. That's for Skitter. Yeah, he flew into the pits. We saw that happen. He came in just ahead of Jordan, and he was far too quick, and he hadn't put his pit lane limiter on. So, Sean Skitter, bad luck for you in the Ferrari, pal. But Junior McCall, there he is, just ahead of the Ferrari, and Christian Deploy 1.8 seconds back. And Tariq Adam 1.3 seconds back. So close racing here for second, third and fourth. Junior can now get this all the way around and get to the end of the race in this position. He's going to jump from fourth in the overall championships. He will improve. Luke is struggling. He's in 8th. He has improved 2 positions, but it's not going to help too much down there. And Junior is definitely going to improve. Morgan McCall, he's doing really well, up into 7th. Not too far back off the back of Mr. Radloff now. Super close, in fact. And Radloff 2 seconds off Daniel Rowe. So That little dice we're watching just now, there's the gaps, as you can see. It's a little bit further now. But Morgan's arriving, and he wants to try and improve on his positions. So we're at 35.5 minutes. Almost a half hour left of this 90-minute race. They've done 2/3. All pit stops are done, out the way. Skitter's in the pits again to complete his stop-go. De Villiers, he's got one, and he's still got to do it. Ryan Ottens, cool, let's hang on here. Ryan Ottens having some strife here with Mr. Johan Baker Krobler, who's down in 13th. So he's lost a few positions, has Johan. McLaren's looking a little scrapped up on the nose, so I think there's been a little bit of side and nose action happening on this Hybrid Academy McLaren. Right, De Villiers is in to the pits to clean out his stop-go. At the moment, this is the... Oh, Sean Stradham. Sean Stradham. He just passed Oosthuizen. So I saw that delta, but I missed it. And there, just behind him, here comes Junior McCall. So Junior McCall now got to deal with this traffic. These guys are racing for position. Sean Stradham and Peter Oosthuizen in 16th and 17th, with second place arriving now to lap them. And Junior, oh, that's nice driving. The McLaren gets out of the way. Great stuff. Up the hill. And that McLaren doing superbly well to get out of the way. Junior now arriving on the back of Sean Stradham's Aston Martin. And this will probably happen on the main straight. De Villiers still got to stop go 30, so he's speeding in or speeding out of the pit lane, but he keeps on making a mistake, and this is not helping him. He's going to have done 3 trips to the pits now. And McCall keeps on hammering in the laps. Gaps 14 seconds to share it. Derek Adam has finally cleared the McLaren as well, and he is in 4th place, not too far back of Christian Deploy. Jan Baker Krobler and Ryan Ottens, these guys are close again. 3/10 as we can see. Oh, and there comes the Porsche in again. Hopefully, yes, he didn't speed when he entered. I did see it in the background. Sean Stradham putting in some solid lap times in this Aston Martin, and although he is being shown the blue flag, he certainly doesn't have to slow down or get out the way, because he's maintaining this gap to young Junior McCall quite comfortably. Christian deployed just on a second back, so that gap from Junior back is let's monitor that, currently at a second to the big Bentley. Right, I can hear the Porsche pulling off in the pits, so I think that's Daniel De Villiers is now rolling down the pit lane, and hopefully that SG30 should disappear this time around when he exits the pits. There we go. Took 3 attempts, but Daniel de Villiers has finally cleared his stop-go penalty. Half an hour on the button to go, and Junior McCall looking pretty in second place. He's 15 seconds off Mr. Sherritt, who looks like he's going to have tied this championship up. But we're certainly watching the dice for second, third and fourth. Junior McCall, Tariq Adam and Luke Addison still trying to get the best possible positions they can to help them improve. At the moment, Junior lying 4th overall in the championship is going to improve if he can get this result to the end in second place. Rob, give us some input there on the YouTube. When these guys are racing, are they is there any talking going on, or are they dead silent with headphones on? Do you just sit and watch, or do the guys talk amongst each other, or are they on their own channels? Be interesting to find out if the boys do converse with each other. I'm sure they do, you know, in the instance if there's an accident or some contact and a car spins, the furthest one ahead will warn the guy behind that there's a problem, but it would be just interesting to find out, you know. Right, the vet in 11th. I've just been watching the deltas. So Heinrich 4/10 off the back of Paul Gerber. There he is. Oh, and Paul Gerber had a bad exit coming out of Ravatsa 2. Heinrich de Vet up the inside, and this is a pass happening. Kinetic Simworks Aston Martin going right past. And Mr. Oh, he was right across into the braking zone, but he was ahead. And Heinrich de Vet up into 10th place. Christopher Radloff, he is looking at the back of Daniel Rowe. So this is happening again. He has closed down a 2-second gap, and he's right here again. So Radloff definitely the quicker of the two cars, but he just can't make the pass stick. Maybe he can use some of the back markers. Christian Deploy now sub 1 second off the back of Junior. It's 8/10. Okay, it's back to a second. So over the start finish line, back markers out the way, and Junior's focusing on going that direction. Oh, what's going on in the background? Is that Morgan? What is this? Morgan McCall in 7th place, now dropping like a stone. This is another technical issue with the wheel or pedals. Something's going wrong here for Morgan. How's Junior? Junior's good. He's going up the hill. Morgan, this is a rig issue for sure. Again, he's dropping like a stone here. Come on, Morgan, reboot, unplug, replug. I'm sure Rob's trying to help there as well. Can he turn the wheel or not? He's stuck in 3rd gear. Is this a steering wheel? Is this a pedal issue? Oh, this is bad luck again for the youngster. Christian Deploy quick through the middle sector. He's closed up 3/10 on the back of Junior. So Junior's probably hearing or feeling Dad Rob next to him. We're trying to solve Morgan McCall's issue on his rig, and possibly a little bit of distraction going on. And there is Morgan, so he's still stopped on the side of the track. I'd say this is going to be a hardware issue possibly, or a computer problem. 25 minutes to go, and there's another yellow flag here for the first sector. So what are we looking at here? Why is there a yellow sector in the first sector? Yellow flag. Look at the track map. Okay, that's still for Morgan there. 514, we can see him. Such bad luck for that kid. Right, Junior's got to keep his head down and focus on. Radloff. Look at this. Radloff right here under the wing again. So Radloff is closed in. It's time to now do a lick and send for sure. He's going to make something or try and make something work. Backmarker gets out the way. Up the hill. Here we go. Radloff's now going to be trying to work this out. He's definitely going to do a lick and send somewhere. Daniel Rowe's going to do his best to defend. But I've got to say the Lexus is the quicker of the two cars. "24 minutes to go as the two of them arrive up at Variante Alta. Nice and clean through there. But good drive for the Lexus. It's got great top speed, as you can see. Into Ravazza. Is Morgan still here or is he moved? Morgan's moved. Is he rolling? He's not. He's disconnected. So Morgan's out. Oh, that's such bad luck. The hardware problem for Morgan McCall. So he's not having the best of times on his rig. He also had a problem last week in the endurance. Radloff driving hard now. Oh, he misses the apex there. He was a little bit too close and he had to lift and take a little bit of avoiding action into Villeneuve chicane. And McCall, looking at the delta there, him and Deploy, that's also 6/10, so they're not too far apart. What happened with Morgan, Rob? What's the problem? Rig. Sherritt, 32 laps and 16.5 seconds up the road. Junior McCall, there he goes, and he is just managing his gap back to Christian Deploy, who is driving flat sticks in that big Bentley to close this gap if he can. Derek Adam, not too far back, 3.5 seconds. In fourth, and then Daniel Rowe, good 17.5 seconds further back. But Radloff pushing hard at the back of Daniel Rowe. So this trying to happen. Luke Addison having a very lonely drive in 7th, but good, decent recovery considering he was down in double figures earlier, 11th or 12th. Christian Fente in 8th, Heinrich de Wet 9th, and Paul Gabbe up into 10th. Rounding out the top 10. Oh, Christian Deploy is closing in. 21 minutes to go, and I'll tell you what, the Bentley is here. Young Junior is now starting to sweat. Not too much discussion going on the YouTubes, unfortunately. So hope all is well and you guys are enjoying the coverage. You're watching the Custom Cut RT Solutions GT3 Championship, and sponsored also by RaceFace, Statement Watches, Resource Complete, and PWSR. This is the last round of this championship. Oh, Sean Stratton gets a drive through. That's far too many off tracks, and that's put pay to him. He's going to have to come through this pit lane, which is not the shortest pit lane. So 16th out the window for Sean. and he will lose at least one position at least to Oosthuizen. Here comes the Bentley. The Bentley looking up the outside, having to brake hard, and Junior going right up the middle of the track into Tambarello and defending his position solidly. So Junior is now watching, and he is saying, no sir, I'm in second. And he's going to try hard for 20 minutes to hang on to this. Just have a quick look at Radloff. Same thing here. So two big dices happening right now. I unfortunately only have the one machine, so I cannot show you two streams, but with some back markers here, it's all going on. Back markers, the Porsche just jumps out the way. Great stuff by De Villiers. Rowe and Radloff up the hill. I think this is Oosthuizen just up ahead here, I think. Yes, it is. He's going to have to get out the way. Let's go and check on deploy. Okay, so that gap's a little bit stretched out back to about 7/10. Here we go. Rowe comes through the traffic. Radloff follows suit. Radloff wants this position. He seriously wants to get by here. And he has been up close and personal for at least half an hour, if not longer. Here we come down to Ravazza. Hard on the brakes. There was a little bit of contact here earlier on. Nothing serious, but a little love tap. Oh, the Lexus gets a bit squirrely out of there, and that allows Rowe some breathing room. Status quo stays the same all the way through. No other close races except for these two, so I'm going to just jump between them. I don't know what's been going through Christopher Radloff's brain. He's been following this McLaren. He's seen where Daniel Rowe can have a problem ahead, and he's trying so hard to get the best possible drive he can with this Lexus, and to try and make a bit of a jump and at least get up close and next to the McLaren. But he's also got to be careful of off tracks and getting any off track warnings, because pushing hard like this really close behind the car ahead, you struggle to actually see your apexes and your lines. And credit to Daniel Rowe for actually putting up a brick wall for the past half an hour, 40 minutes. He's driven awesomely well, and the defense is there we go. So Radloff really wide over the top there. That would have been either a warning, or it would have just been you were too slow. No time gained. McCollum deploy. Two cars up ahead, and that gap's also the same as this, 6/10. Let's go and have a look quickly. Here we go. Close. They've gone through Tambarello. They're now going through Villeneuve, so a couple of seconds up the road from the other race. And Christian Deploy also trying to work out. I mean, Junior is just, he's rock solid in this car. He has been. He's had second quickest time off the grid, second position. He hasn't shown any problems. Super reliable. So between you and me on the YouTube channel, I'm going to not stick my neck out, but I'm going to say Junior will get this thing in for second place, and he is going to jump up the championship table from fourth, either third or second. Tariq Adam is there in fourth, so I don't think Junior will get the jump over him, but he will get into third place. It's either past Luke Addison or Tariq Adam. Going back to Mr. Radloff. "15 minutes left. We're talking 6 laps. Oh, look at this. Here we go. The Lexus got a great drive. Daniel Rowe knew it, and he had to go defensive straight away. The Lexus is next to the McLaren as they come down to Ravazza. The McLaren's going to be compromised through there. He positions the car right in the apex, and Christopher Radloff has to put on brakes quite seriously to not run into the back of the McLaren. So Daniel Rowe driving super experienced, and he knows exactly what he has to do. Daniel Rowe sends it up the inside. He's trying to break the toe, and it all closes up as they get to Tambarello once again. And round they come for another lap. Radloff going to try and work it out again. Share it over the top of Variante Alta. The Mercedes looking super rock solid. Perfect metronomic lap after lap after lap. His quickest lap time a 1:41.5. His last lap time a 1:42.0. It's half a second off his quickest lap time, and he's been going for 75 minutes. Got to give the man credit where it's due. Young Junior McCall. Oh, he's under pressure here. The Bentley's close. The Junior's quick. The Bentley can be close. It's one thing catching up. It's a totally different thing overtaking. Sure, Bentley's super close now. Super close. Junior down the middle of the track. Bentley follows him as they come into Tambarello. Has to lift a little bit, and off they go to start another lap. And the laps are running out for everybody. Christian trying to make a position change here on Junior, and Christopher Radloff trying to make a position change on Daniel Rowe for 6th and 5th. Gonna just put a clean view up here. Christian Deploy running super wide there, so possibly that could have been an off track. Seems sawing away at the steering wheel to maintain the car's attitude. Hammers over the two sausage curbs. Carries good speed, as does Young Junior, and off they go on their way to Ravazza. Perfect braking for both cars. Nice clean exit. Missing the sand trap, and Junior just managing this as best as he can. Radloff not too far back. The McLaren braking hard. Christopher Radloff just as hard. Kinetic Simworks racing driver. He has spent, it's got to be close to an hour on the back of this McLaren. Daniel Rowe, he must be dripping. Oh, Gerber gets a drive through, so he's gone one too many offs. Here we go. Here comes another chance. Christopher Radloff peels off to the right hand side of the McLaren into the first chicane. The McLaren's got to run a defensive line, but it positions, Daniel positions it perfectly, and there is absolutely nothing Radloff can do. He has to follow because it's a single line through that chicane. Even I'm getting frustrated watching it, and I certainly feel for him, but Daniel Rowe he's driving like this has got to be one of his best defensive drives. Awesome positioning of the car, braking in exactly the right places, causing Christopher Radloff to back off and to behave. Down two, we got literally 4 laps, maybe 5 laps left. Oh, thought he had a good drive there, and he had a little bit of a tank slap, and that's put a bit of daylight between them. Let's go back to these two. Also close. Junior, machine. A machine for 13 years of age. You can see Christian trying to take different lines to try and get a better drive, and that compromised the Bentley, and he got a bit of a tank slapper which slowed him down a little bit. So Sherrod, no questions asked. It's done and dusted as far as the championship win goes. First place, but it's all to play for second place. And I have another look quickly. The standings: Luke Addison in second and Tariq in third, with Junior in fourth. Tariq currently in fourth on the track, Junior in second. So Junior is going to go right past third place, Tariq Adam. Luke in seventh. I don't know what the points difference is and whether he'll be able to hang on to second, but it's going to get close if Junior maintains this and finishes in second. Oh, look how close the Bentley gets in braking. Very, very strong under braking through Ravazza. And now he's got a good drive as well, and he's in the draft. We'll just watch them into the chicane. Junior runs defensive. He goes up against the apex, and the Bentley's got nowhere else to go except fall in behind him, and they run through the chicane. I'm blown away at the skill driving by this youngster. Seriously. Let's go and look at Radloff. Oh, we've missed it. No, we haven't. He did fall off the back completely, but this gap is now monster. So Christopher Radloff had a huge issue somewhere, and he is now dropped off the back of Daniel Rowe. Daniel Rowe's probably thanking everybody and more for the breathing space he's now got. So we're going to stick with this dice now towards the end. Oh, Christian gets a little bit of a slide going on there, and Junior nails the exit and manages to just build up a bit of the gap. Look, under braking, the Bentley just closes in under braking. It's so strong into Ravazza down the hill. Porsche getting out the way. Well done, Mr. De Villiers. Bentley speed, Bentley speed. Closes right into the braking point, but that's about it. The straight is just too short, and Junior gets just enough drive out of the final turn to make it to the first chicane cleanly. So Junior managing this, I think. He's certainly under pressure, but he's managing it. Oh, there's another tank slapper for the Bentley and some more time lost, but he quickly gets back on it and tries to immediately close back up. It's been an entertaining race to watch. We've had some good dices to cover. Radloff 1.7 seconds off the back of Daniel Rowe, so Radloff had a problem. We missed it completely. Such bad luck, but anyway, that was good while it lasted. And we go up the hill towards Variante Alta, and Junior McCall over the top of the chicane. They are on lap 42. They're going to start lap 43, and there are probably 2 more laps to go. So I'm certain Junior's feeling the butterflies, but he seems to be very stable, very comfortable, and defending where necessary. Otherwise, the Mercedes, the big AMG GT3, is enough to keep the Bentley at bay. It's actually really awesome to watch guys drive in close proximity like this with no contact, and have a solid good dice. Guys are showing some tremendous skills. 4 minutes 40 to go, and here's Jordan going through Acqua Minerale and lapping cars. Junior 27 seconds back. Oh, and Christian Deploy again going wide over the top through Piratella. He's going to have to watch that. I don't know how many warnings he's got. I'd have to say he's got a few, at least a couple, 2. He's pushing so hard to get past this car, and he's going to have to lift and not get a drive-through for going off track. Into braking through Ravazza, second last corner, and from here 2 laps to go by the looks of things. It's been an awesome season with Custom Cut IT Solutions, your IT one-stop shop. Provide a whole lot of services, including support, sales, consulting. Look them up and give them a call if you're after anything. They project manage, they're involved in anything and everything to do with IT solutions. Also the Raceface League, thanks to Bertus and the team for putting on an excellent show for this championship. Statement watches and Resource Complete, and PWSR for the commentary and live streams. We hope you've enjoyed this. I've certainly enjoyed bringing this all to you. Oh, Junior looking very pressured. Let's keep it clean. Next season, as we heard in the driver's briefing, a couple of changes coming along. No more drop rounds. Every race will count for points, so you can't afford to drop around if you miss a race. That's toughies. As well as a couple of other changes, hopefully. Gaps are pretty static all the way up and down the timing screen, so Christopher Radloff nowhere near the back of Daniel Rowe. That gap out by 1.8, 1.9 seconds. So I mean, he's just there. If Daniel had to make a mistake and go into a sand trap, Christopher Radloff will have him. But after 40-50 minutes worth of hard defending, Daniel Rowe didn't put a foot wrong hardly. So into the Villeneuve chicane again, and Junior positioning that Mercedes right where it needs to. Christian is super close in the Bentley, but he can't do anything irresponsible. If he's gonna pass, it has to be a proper pass, and the pace that Junior's running at, that looks very difficult for him to do. And Junior hasn't put a foot wrong the whole race. $21 cars left in this race. We started with 23. We saw the demise of Morgan McCall having a rig or hardware failure somewhere. He's been having some wretched luck of late. And then we also lost one other driver. I can't tell you who it is though. Over the line. Yep. Last lap. Oh, Christian's there. He's there. He's looking. He's looking. He's thinking about it. Can't really. The pace. It's so difficult for the guys to overtake when you're this evenly matched, and without doing a ridiculous send and just destroying both of everyone's races. Mr. Hall just up ahead in his McLaren. He's going to have to just jump out the way of this race. I'm sure he's been shown the flags. Jeepers, Christian's close here. I mean, this is as close as he's been. He's seriously trying to get the gap down to nothing between him and Junior. Aquaminerale tries to get a good drive out there. They come up the hill and it all looks the same. Junior's flashing. Mr. Hall, you need to move. You need to get out the way. And he does. Good man. Oh, there's a car off. That was the Porsche, I think. It was the Porsche. Down they come for the last time. Mr. Sherritt, he's over the line. It's done and dusted for Jordan Sherritt for ATK. Absolute machine. Second place, it's ATK Academy. It's young Junior McCall flashing away. Well done, young man. Super, super impressive drive. And Christian Deploy in for third place. Also great drive. Very good clean racing all the way through. Tariq Adam for GTWR comes over in fourth. Daniel Rowe through the final Ravazza corner, and he's coming up the road with Mr. Radloff not too far back. They also had a huge dice, and Daniel Rowe did everything in his power to keep Christopher Radloff back. So great drive from him. Christopher Radloff comes through in sixth. And Luke Addison into seventh place. A good result for him. And he decides to just write the Aston off as hard as he could. Ping pong down the straight. Fenter over the line. Fenter in eighth. DeVette. Kinetic Sim works. Heinrich DeVette doing very well. And Ryan Ottens rounding out your top 10. It's a great result there. There we go, ladies and gents. That is that as far as this coverage goes. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much for joining me on the official RaceFace channel. My name's Alan Patterson, and we shall see what happens going forward. And little bit of a break now before the next round starts, but yep, it's been great. It's been awesome. Well done to Jordan Sherritt. I'm sure without any problems he did win that, but going to be interesting to see the second and third place positions. So great racing by everybody. Thanks to everyone for coming along, and hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to say good night and goodbye.